we're doing.
Doing fine, Kevin. A little drier than you are, I'm sure, at this point in time. But could you walk us through tonight's third place finish there at the track? Too tough to tame, please and thank you.
Yeah, we had to start 20th and battled kind of an ill-balanced car tonight. The track conditions were just a lot different. We made some adjustments going into the race and just couldn't get the front of the car to turn. And every time we tried to adjust the back, it would just take the back out. We never could get the front of the car to turn. I had to use a lot more throttle tonight, and the things I could do with the car Sunday just I couldn't do tonight. So they kept clawing and fighting, and in the end we had a great pit stop on the last pit stop, and we're in position to have a chance to win the race there, and it rained, but the whole night we wound up restarting on the bottom of the racetrack, and we'd lose 3 or 4 spots every time we'd restart. So we definitely didn't get the good end of the draw on the restarts. But in the end, our Mobile One guys did a great job of just battling. And sometimes you have great nights, and sometimes you have nights you have to battle. And it was a good 2 days in Darlington for us.
Good deal. We'll open the floor for questions. We'll go to Bob Pockris from Fox Sports. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Kevin, what did you see on the Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott deal there? And, Kyle said he just made a mistake. Is that what it looked like to you?
Yeah, you wanted to get back in line so quick. And, Kyle was on the bottom, and he had a hole big, between myself and Chase. And I'm sure he had one eye in the mirror and glanced forward, and it looked to me like he just completely misjudged and got the 9.
Did it look intentional at all, or did it look unintentional?
I just said he just misjudged and got the 9.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll go next to Bruce Martin. Go ahead with your question, Bruce.
Kevin, you think we're onto something here? Wednesday night NASCAR looked pretty good on TV. That maybe in future schedules we can build this in to say the summer schedules or where some tracks are close to another and have a full season the way we know it in fewer weeks.
As long as the TV ratings are good, that's what drives our sport, or the amount of people that are watching TV. So if the TV ratings are good, it's good for everybody.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Justin Schuler. Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, Kevin. Question. So obviously you winning Sunday and driving to a third place finish today, what's the biggest difference between a day race and a night race at Darlington?
For us, there's the lap times were up a little bit. So obviously the cars are, a little bit faster than, the lap times are a little bit faster than they were. And for us, the front tires just didn't turn as well. And the back just wouldn't every time we tried to adjust the back, it didn't help the front turn. So, carrying that extra speed just made our car just, push the front tires a little bit worse. And that's really, really all I have to go off of.
Our next question will come from Jordan Bianchi. Go ahead with your question, Jordan.
Hi, Kevin. You've talked before, trying different things with the schedule and everything. Does this show you that Wednesday night midweek races can work going forward?
Well, we did it. And like I said before, I think we can make it work. I mean, from a team standpoint and from competitors, it's great because, if we can shorten the schedule and do all those things. But in the end, the telltale sign is going to be when those TV numbers come out. If they're good, that's what drives everything. That's what everybody sells their sponsorship on. That's what we all want to see is great TV numbers. So we'd love the fans at the racetrack, but in the end, the biggest stick comes from how many people turn on the TV.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our next question will come from Bob Pockris. Go ahead with your question, Bob.
I'm sorry, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. Our next question will now come from Peter Strada. Go ahead, Peter.
Yes, Kevin, your 50th win broke a tie with your boss, Tony Stewart. Have you talked with him since Sunday, since today's his birthday?
I sent him a text and he's never responded, so I haven't heard from him since his birthday, so I hope he's okay.
Well, what's it mean to you to break the tie with him?
As I went through Sunday night and into Monday morning and went through Tuesday and got to the racetrack today, and just the amount of people that have called, 50 was great, obviously, to get 50 wins, and I'm not knocking that by any means. And you know, being next to Junior Johnson and Ned Jarrett is you know, quite an honor. You know, I don't want to degrade that at all, but the impact that, you know, Sunday had on the country, you know, as I got text messages from Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy just talking about how great it was for America, and Joe Girardi talking about how great it was for sports and how it gave them hope for baseball. And you know, our company was set on the, you know, the PGA call today and talking about, you know, how the sports world was, how they were watching NASCAR to see what they needed to do to get their players back safely. It's just, the impact was way bigger, you know, than 50 wins. It was way bigger than, you know, breaking a tie with Tony Stewart. The impact of that race on Sunday meant so much in so many different directions, and totally on my part underestimated the impact that, you know, Sunday's event had, and then being the winner of that really drove it home for me, not only after the race with, you know, the fans not being in the stands and the lack of enthusiasm that you didn't have to share all your enthusiasm with to everybody. There was just so many moments that, you know, were just so much bigger than anything that had anything to do with my stats. And, you know, I was just really proud of our sport at that particular point for, you know, putting on a safe event and doing the things that we did.
Thank you.
Our final question for Kevin is going to come from Doug Turnbull. Go ahead, Doug.
Hey, thank you. Kevin, I was wondering what the difference, and I may have missed the first question or two, but what the difference between the track was Sunday night versus tonight.
Yeah, temperature is just a huge difference, you know, for our cars, and obviously with the rain all day and the low temperatures and you know, it just affects the cars differently, and it affected ours, you know, with the front tires not turning, you know, the way that the car traveled when it hit the ground off of turn 2, and we just never could get the balance of the car like we had on Sunday, you know, with where the car was tonight. And then that was magnified, you know, starting 20th and in traffic, and every time we'd restart on the bottom, we'd lose 4 or 5 spots. So we just, you know, we were very slow at gaining the track position that we needed to gain to get a better handling car until the very end of the race. So it was a battle, and, you know, it was definitely different tonight than it was Sunday.
Okay, Kevin. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations on the run tonight, and we'll see you in Charlotte.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Take care now.